Hello. Oops. How are you doing today? I hope you are well, you are good, you are choosing the love. Let's tap in. Tune in to the frequency. Yes. Excellent. Excellente. Okay. We're here. We are making miracles happen through our resonance. And they're gorgeous. The miracles are gorgeous. We are focusing in on all of the things that we are grateful for. We are accepting ourselves as the miraculous, beautiful, gorgeous, blooming, colorful, vibrant, creative beings that we are. Look at this card. Oh my God. Right? 33. Self-acceptance. Beautiful. 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 Right? Yes. Gorgeous even. Yes, 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 yes. Is it possible? Is it true? Can you really be a multidimensional, curse-breaking, timeline shifting, powerful creator, co-creator with the universe? Yes. This is what we're learning. This is what we are witnessing. This is what we're seeing. This is what we are getting our levels acclimated to, right? Wrapping our brains around it, allowing it to be. This is either surrender or release. Both of those things is part of your self-acceptance, right? Letting go is the theme of control, of resistance, and being your gorgeous self. It is surrender. The energy of surrender helps you to focus on your heart and your feelings. Release old patterns that prevent you from opening up your heart. Surrender makes your fear vanish because you're not trying to force. You're not trying to control. You're not trying to dominate. You are flowing, right? What is it? The reed doesn't stand and resist the wind. It surrenders to it and bends and flows and then doesn't snap and break, right? Today is very gusty. Very, very gusty and windy out. And so that felt relevant. The winds of change take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night. I don't know the words. We're the children of tomorrow. Something in winds of change. Forget that song. It'll be in the notes. Yeah, so I started doing notes where I would, once I detach after the reading and then I rewatch it, I take notes, and it's a lot of definitions of things that I'm one of those people who likes to Google definitions, words, to find the definitions. And so that stuff's on there, any sort of insights or whatever. Anyways, it's in my website, on my website, in my website, within my website. Yes. And there's lots of other stuff in there. Okay. Oh, we've got 2 messages, and they're gorgeous. Okay. Welcome to your gorgeous messages of the day. Yes. Okay, we got Laguz. Okay. Like water going with the flow. I'm just picturing them holding on to the reed. The current whips through, and they're kind of just holding firm, but also flowing and going. And then we've got algaes, protection, and all the other stuff. Okay, so side note, runes are older than the peace sign. And there's this effort of inversion. This is a symbol for protection. The peace sign is an inverted protection symbol. Stick that in your pot and marinate it. Nope. Stew it. Crock pot. Okay. But also don't, because it doesn't matter. Just be aware and move accordingly. Okay. Flow, memory, dreams, the unconscious, fate, and karma. Laguz is a powerful rune in the way water is powerful, fluid, and ever changing. It calls you to release the struggle and go with the flow. And 2 deer just showed up in the backyard, in the yard behind my yard, because there's actually, I got my little yard, and then there's like the yard behind my yard, and then there's the yard behind my yard. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Spend time in meditation and allow your deeper intuitive state to speak to and guide you. Laguz reminds you that on life's journey, not all can be controlled. Beautiful. And change is the only constant. Without it, life becomes stagnant. Beautiful. Oh yeah. And we got algaes. You want to see these deer? I'm just kind of waiting for them to get more in view here. Okay. So there's my yard. It's for the birds right now. Roses, lilac bush, all kinds of things. Arcways. That's my neighbor's yard. That's the yard behind my yard. And then that's the yard behind my yard behind my yard. What I get to look at. Okay, so we got a deer butt. It's there. It's there. You can see their little, just went behind the corner there. And then there's the other one. See it? Right there. You see a little ear waggling? It's waving. Okay. Yes. Too dear. Okay, I just feel it's relevant because we've got the buck. Not the buck, not the elk, the stag. And I found out because I was like, what's the difference between a buck and a stag? Any male deer is a buck, but not all male deers are stags. Staghood is a title that you earn. That's the buck earns once it becomes an emperor. I want to say, okay. Protection, defense, courage, independence, and higher self. Alga's energy brings a powerful connection to divine consciousness. This rune is an aid to speak and commune with spirit and the higher powers. In a reading, it references a connection with the gods and an awakening. Wow. You have been granted divine protection that is also a teaching force, and you are encouraged to be in a state of listening, okay? So surrender, self-acceptance, meditative, quieting, flow, and connection. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful start. Oh yeah, look at these deer. Does? Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Ah, a long, long way to run. So a needle pulling thread. La, fa, a note to follow. So tea, tea. I drink with jam and bread, and it brings us back to dough. Because of the beautiful octave harmonics of life. Okay. We've got the Two of Wands and your mindful creation, co-creation of the world you want to live in, of your external spaces and places. Okay, it's like the drafting board, the vision board, this balance stick, the wand with the triangle and the circle, and being able to see behind the layers, behind the veils, to create. Look at the wisdom cloak, right? Patchwork cloak. I am wearing my patch pants today. That I made from all of the things. Okay, Two of Wands, beautiful two. A beautiful two to start. As we're tapping into the two portal. Too many twos portal. Which is a good time to connect and flow. Yes. We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is why you need to make a connection. You need to allow communication to come to you, because there is something that is on its way to you, that wants to communicate to you, that wants to share or reflect or confirm or ... It's very much the cup of love, cup of communication, of heart-based communication. Okay, and we had something to do with the heart. We've got, this is what it wants, this receiving. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So a message coming in with something for you, with some tangible bits of information, right? This could be a brilliant idea. This could be, if anything, that's coming from your spirit, from your higher self, from your inner knowing. This could also be an external thing because it is a pentacle, right? So something internally that you receive, ideas, creative, otherwise, right? That you can pull into the material realm. Or this is an external, like a job opportunity where somebody's like, we want to work with you. We love you and your stuff. And this is what we have to offer, right? Or, this could be a friendship that takes it to another level, and or a love situation. Somebody being like, I can't handle it anymore. I love you. Oh, I don't know if this is a confirmation or not, but it could be. It could be a confirmation that that's exactly what I was saying. Somebody's got a cup of love for you. Okay. Or this could be you. And the reason why you are drawing this kind of thing in, because as within, so without, right? It starts within first, and then it's about you grounding in and holding that frequency long enough for the slow moving earth realm to catch up with you. And beautiful. For the first time ever, I'm noticing this little ball above the cup. I mean, there's lots of little orbs, but this one, I don't know what this one's about, right? But look, it's giving me this pentacle vibe. Like it's about to fall into your cup and cause it to overflow, right? Just like if you were to drop something heavy into your, very full cup, it's going to cause a overflow. Okay. It's also taking action from the heart space. Okay, it's the action, it's the king. So movements, this is your connection with your heart space. So to receive the messages, the gifts, the offers, the tangible, you have to connect with your heart space and feel in. Is this something for me? Is this something that is going to nurture my heart blossom? And if so, it's a yes. And if no, bye. Okay, any more of these cards want to come out? I feel like this is pretty on the nose here. Also, okay, yeah, further confirmation of your regulation and your momentum, of your emotional regulation. This is a cups, right? 9. This is many of these cups, choosing love. Every time you choose love, to react, to respond, to feel, to think, to know, to be, you build this momentum, and it starts to build and tighten. And once it builds enough momentum, then it busts through the earth portal and becomes physically tangible. Okay, but it's important to ground into this energy, which, you're maintaining your momentum. And so that's part of the momentum building, right? Consistency. And this isn't about like, oh no, I veered, no, right? Because now you're just veering even more. It's about, oh, I'm veering. I'm just going to recorrect. Momentum's not so. Abraham Hicks uses the analogy of like for momentum as a vehicle, the top of a hill, right? And before it's built any momentum, there's points in time that you can stop it from rolling down the hill, right? You can stick a wedge under the tire and block it, or if it's just rolling slightly, you can stand in front of it and push it back. But if it has ever created enough momentum and it's rolling down that hill, you're not going to want to stand in front of it or try to stick a thing under its tire. It's just going to hit that and bounce right over, right? And so it's a good example of the momentum building. And so when you get it to a certain speed working for you, nothing's gonna get in the way. It'll take major efforts to block it, to stop it from getting to the bottom of that hill, right? Okay. I think they use that one mostly for, the other side of things. The other side of things. The momentums you don't want to build. Okay. So we've got the hermit coming out. Tell us more about this hermit. This hermiting process. Oh, we got lots of information about the hermit. Okay, this one was in direct response to the hermit. And look, we've got patience, okay, and preparedness. So part of your hermiting phase. Look at the mirroring that's happening here, right? Doot, 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 doot. They're both facing in the same direction. Even the paths look a little similar, right? In your hermiting mode, that's more patches, yay! Right? This knight is very prepared and ready to go. It's fully ready to go. They are, right? They've tended to their armor, they've sharpened their sword, they've, made sure that all of the things are in working order and they're prepared for whatever they need to be. And this is something that you do in your hermiting mode, right? You are recalibrating, restructuring, reinforcing. You're doing all kinds of reing in there. And you may be feeling a little antsy to exit the, you may be feeling all kinds of ways on this idea of exiting hermit mode, right? There's a safe security, but there's also an isolation. We're not meant to stay in hermit mode forever. But wait for it, right? We just had a snowstorm and freezing. And so, but it was after a couple beautiful days of sun. And, there was a lot of people getting really antsy, wanting to, it to be spring and getting out there and trimming and cutting and digging and whatever. But it's not quite time yet, right? Be patient, wait for it. When your heart will tell you when it's time to take action. So trust that, right? And in the meantime, this is your focus. This maintenant. I hope that means maintenance. You're maintaining of your frequency, of your nervous system, of your heart space. Okay, and then we have these guys falling over here. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, and this was all in response to the hermit. And so this is what you do in hermit mode. You learn, you grow, you become a master of your own emotions, your mind, your thoughts, you integrate your shadow, you face your darkness, and pour love into all the dark areas. You excavate, you find the gems, the wisdom, the gold. This all contributes to your self-mastery, your self-devotion, right? Which, also fills your cup. This is your overflowing joy juice. This is what you have to offer, to show for the work that you have done in your hermiting mode. Okay, and the patience. And the patience and preparedness. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is also, I want to say, this recognition of what you have to offer. And look at this. Look at this, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. So knowing what you have to offer is another part of this self-acceptance, right? Recognition, acknowledgement. Beautiful. This also is giving me whatever messages are coming in are part of it's like a long-lasting thing, right? This is divine oaths. It can, like, sacred contracts and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like this passionate, pure coming in offer, opportunity, message from divine is something that is going to, it's part of your divine soul plan. It's part of what you are meant. It's part of your a soul contract that you have, a running soul contract that you have. This is beautiful. Wow. Okay, let's get something else. I'm gonna get, crystal card. My dream last night, I came across a amethyst. It was almost like a tomb room. I've seen pictures because I've never been to Egypt, but I've seen pictures of, some of the sarcophagi places down in the depths, and it was kind of like that, like a room. The walls were amethyst, but then there was columns in between that were amethyst, and then there was, I remember there was like a tubular, almost like a core sample shaped amethyst that was sitting on top of another block of amethyst. Yeah, and it was under a bridge, the entryway. And on the way in, it was either I think it was a sphere with a piece on top of it outside. And I'm like, what? Look at this. This is just right here kind of thing. And then I went down because there was a bit of a path. And it was kind of like a touristy thing. There were other people in there looking around. So maybe it was Egypt. I don't know. But it was beautiful and it was very purple. It was very purple. It was like all these colors. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Amethyst is one of my... It was the first crystal that ever caught my eye. Look at it. Beautiful. So I've got a lot around here. This one, I'm showing you all my amethysts. Because Laguz was about the memory and dreams, right? And then my piece that I always wear, amethyst. And this one is my masculine and feminine amethyst. It's got two cranes mirrored. Beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay. This message brought to you by the amethyst. Okay, but amethyst is very much about protection. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. I'm looking everywhere. Oh my goodness, there's another one. This one's in my plant. Oh, this one's shining or glowing a bit. Oh yeah. There's a rainbow in there. Ooh. Gorgeous. Okay, so this might be a sign for you if you're resonating with amethyst at all, to spend some time with amethyst. Okay, it creates a bubble of light protection around you. I'm gonna keep that out and look at it with my magnifier. I'll put in the notes a bunch of fun facts about amethyst. Okay, we'll take those two. We've got 1 and 16. What's it? 1 and 16? What you got for us? Number 1, higher self. Cool. Cool. Divine connection, understanding, and love. Wow. The messages and intuition you are receiving come from your highest divine essence and the source of universal love. You are guided to continue on your current path and allow your soul's expression to shine bright as you revel in the majesty of creation. Self-acceptance. Okay, 33, 30 something. It took too long saying that. Okay. Your compassion, understanding, and self-development are revealing your true nature and allowing for the expression of your unlimited potential. Every form of life is a manifestation of divine expression, and you are encouraged to continue exploring the feelings of oneness and connection to all you perceive. You are deeply loved and celebrated for who you are. The message from the divine, from your higher self, came right now. Now, what are you going to do with that? Right? How are you going to make that tangible? By first accepting it, accepting this as your path, as who you are, as what you embody. Gorgeous. Okay. And then we have community. Where is it? Is that the right way? Yes. Connection, friendship, and common goals. You are a spiritual being on a path of self-discovery. Observe with compassion the many souls simultaneously engaging in the sacred journey of life, with each person expressing their own ideas, beliefs, and perceptions. Learn from your shared connection, with all walking this path, and appreciate the contributions of each individual. Yes. There is much value to be gained from sharing with others. You are guided to join a group, volunteer your time, or seek out a new experience. Connecting with others of similar interest will enrich your life and support continued growth. You are a beautiful expression of divine energy that is celebrated, supported, and unconditionally loved. Wowza. Wow, wow, wowza. Beautiful. Wowza. Okay, let's get an astro card here. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Uranus, change. That's too many. Let's just have one fall onto the table, please. I said one, sun. Okay, so only one flipped up, the other three flipped over. So we'll take this one. Virgo, digest, a number 6. Beautiful. Digest. Okay, we're going to peek at these. Sagittarius, progression, and Pallas Athena, think. Okay, that's crazy. These two came out yesterday. These were yesterday's. Look at them. Those were yesterday's. Okay, so this one is a new one. So I'm going to have them off to the side here. And we shall see. We shall see. Actually, I'm just going to put them back because this is still in the mix, right? Go check out yesterday's reading if you want to know about those two. Or check out the notes because I might have wrote something. It's hard. I get distracted. Okay, look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in this situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring it in its harvest. Ooh. Whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or a culture in which you work, Virgo wants you to be specific, sort and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily with whom you interact. Okay. Examine the situation for the patterns that need to be released and composted, and what seeds need to be saved for another time or planted for the next season. Rather than focusing on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. This is that checking in, right? With your heart space. Truly absorb the worth and wonder and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. Look at your diet and health habits to see what needs improvement. Absorb vitality. The challenge: if you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you'll have is an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. Then let the editor clean and polish. The gift. This world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the world. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each piece plays. Wasn't there something about that in this community? So I'm getting that the community also being all aspects within self, right? Because we are talking about self-acceptance, and you need to integrate, validate, and hold and unite all of your aspects to be whole as part of your self-acceptance, right? You have to accept all aspects, all facets of self for you to receive the self-acceptance plaque. Okay. Okay. The chaff protects wheat so it can grow, and therefore has value even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and 30 is... Okay, I'm just going to go to... Okay, don't overdo the intellectual defenses. Make sure your intelligence and ability to rationalize don't cause more problems than they solve. Athena, if you, like Athena, underestimate the power of the feminine heart or emotional intelligence, keep that mind connected to your heart. Oh, inventory yourself and see if you underestimate the power of the feminine heart or emotional intelligence. Okay. Wherever you are on the gender spectrum, do you think you need to deny or disrespect the feminine, the anima, and the heart in yourself and others in order to access brilliant intelligence and competence? Right. Because it's a balance, and now the deers are over there. Okay. The gift. Ask for help when you need it, and divine answers will reveal themselves. You can think through the situation with a combination of rigorous logic and a real curiosity about the truth, all connected to an open heart. Beautiful. Beautiful. Did I show you this one? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it's think and feminine. Okay. So I think that's all of the messages. Should we get some love messages? Already 43 minutes. Let's get some love messages. Your heart knows. Wow. Beautiful confirmation. Yeah. Trust it. Trust it. Trust the work that you've done on healing it, on integrating it, right? Every time you face your shadow, every time you go into the past and heal a wound, find a fractured version of yourself from a situation that shattered you. This is part of this healing work, right? We're going back into time and recollecting the fragmented bits. And what do you do with them? Stick them in your pocket? Toss them into your auric field? No. You bring them into your heart space, and your heart realigns and redefines and puts it back where it's meant to be, refreshed and renewed. Beautiful. Because you're magical. You're magical, okay? Your body is magical. Its ability to process. And when you have a solid, community-oriented internal system, things are all working in your favor. Something like that, okay? Time to rest. Yeah, we're still in hibernation mode. So when you find yourself struggling, trying really hard, efforting, slow it down. It's time to rest, reset. You're working too hard in the physical. You're trying to arrive somewhere physically, which is innately going to be more difficult and harder to achieve and take a long time. Or you focus on your internal restructuring, which with self-care, self-acceptance, all of this thing, which then mirrors, it forces the outside to be a reflection of your internal. Okay, and it's not going to happen just like that, although it might eventually happen just like that. Because if you allow all the things, right, it's just like, you planted all the seeds, and then you get distracted doing other things, and you come back and everything's blooming. You're like, wow, that happened just like that. But no, it didn't. It happened in the appropriate time. You just got distracted and forgot about it for a second. And there was also so much stuff going on under the surface, right? So that by the time things are visible above the surface, everything feels like it's popping off. But it's because of that internal work. Okay, so the cooperative components, moving around, gaining momentum, getting into place, and there are many cooperative components working in your favor. Making all things possible. Okay? This is something you are breaking. Limiting beliefs, old mindsets, old ways of being, doing, and seeing. And it is very challenging to hold something that you haven't necessarily seen being done before, right? This is the challenge of the pioneer. Their willingness to risk it all, because there's an understanding that with great risk comes great reward. You can be safe and never risk anything, but then you never get any rewards, right? It's like Laguz said something about that. It was, what did it say? I feel like it's relevant enough to reiterate in this moment. Change. Without change, life becomes stagnant. Is that what it was? I don't know. Honestly, I forgot why I was looking for it. So by the time I found the thing, I forget how it's relevant. So hopefully it's relevant on that side. Okay. Then you've got this. Okay, you've got this. You've got this. Check out that reading where it's like confirming so much that you got this. How do you know you got this? Because you're doing it. Okay, and trust your intuition. Trust it. And release, surrender to what you know, what you feel, and allow yourself the grace to be wrong. Okay, get that out of the way right away. That's one of the resistance things, right? I don't want to claim or declare a thing and state it out loud or tell people in case I'm wrong. And it's like, yeah, but This is part of your learning and feeling and adjusting and acknowledging your and accepting yourself, right, as someone magical and intuitive who's got this. So on that note, I'm just going to quickly tell you the black cat that's been living in my backyard for years, a couple years, the darkness. I have been calling him because he came in out of the dark and hides in the dark. Anyways, and he's black. But I finally let him in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to integrate the darkness because I have the sun and I have the moon. The darkness just makes sense, especially because it's always around. Anyways, the minute I let him in, I've been noticing he's been getting fat, right? And I'm not feeding him enough. So I'm figuring this is why I haven't been letting him in, because I figured he's just been, house hopping, eating everybody's food, or he lives somewhere and he's just trying to, I don't know, be the darkness, right? Infiltrate. But he's always in my backyard. He's always there. Morning he's there, night he's there. And it was particularly cold and windy and frozen. And I'm like, okay, if I'm ever going to let him in, I might as well do it now. So I let him in, and he was walking through my kitchen, and I noticed that his belly was kind of round on the side and higher up. And suddenly, is darkness a female? And is darkness pregnant? Okay. So that was my intuition. And I immediately was like, oh, but what if he's just a fat boy, right? And I was playing with him, and he was flipping onto his back, and I had my glasses on and the light on. I can't see nothing there. It's just black void. So he could very well be a she, and she could very well be pregnant. I don't know. Maybe not, because it could have been an intuitive hit about, because black cats are lucky, and maybe the integration of my darkness was kind of like something that is going to bear much fruit energetically. I don't know, right? There's so many levels, and so just allow things to be as they are. Don't try to control everything. We'll find out in a couple weeks if, she's a pregnant or he's a pregnant she. Okay. So I just had to share that with you. Thanks for listening. Okay, so this is the beautiful messages that we have for today. Gorgeousness. Okay, we are still in the overflowing. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Right? Your heart space. It's beautiful. I mean, you were there. You were there for the whole thing. So trust it, own it, love it, be it, accept it, honor it, hold it, and surrender to it. Okay? All you can do now is surrender. You've booked the flight, and now you're on the plane. And so just enjoy the in-cabin movie. Okay? And guess what? It's the movie of your life, and it's gorgeous. So get some popcorn or some salty nuts and enjoy. Okay? Love and appreciate you, and hope to see you in another reading. Bye for now.